Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's DFJ Hoops. Got another show here today. We're going to preview the NBA Finals 2024, Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to talk about all of that. Um, but if you're listening, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're going to have a ton of fun with this, man. Let's talk about the NBA Finals. But first of all, let's start with the home team. Let's start with the team that's going to have home court advantage. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics. The Celtics have had a very, very dominant playoff run so far this year. Every series that they played in, they didn't go past 5 games, right? They played the Miami Heat in the first round. That went 5 games. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round. They got them out of there in 5 games as well. And then they played the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they swept them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, something that the critics are going to say is that, the Boston Celtics had a cakewalk to the finals. The Boston Celtics didn't really play anybody. The Boston Celtics faced teams that were hampered with injuries, and that is true, right? It is true that they faced teams with a bunch of injuries, but to say that they had a cakewalk to the finals, me personally, I don't believe that. And yeah, they faced teams that was hurt. They faced the Miami Heat that didn't have Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier. Those two were out, right? And then in the second round, they played against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Donovan Mitchell missed, I think, 2 games, and Jared Allen missed the entire series. The starting center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, he didn't play that series. And then they get to the conference finals, and they played against the Indiana Pacers, and I think Tyrese Halliburton missed the last 2 games, or yeah, he missed the last 2 games if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, teams that they played against were dealing with injuries, but one thing that people forget to mention is that the Celtics were dealing with injuries as well. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis went out in the first round, and he missed the second round series, and he missed the series in the conference finals. But people don't really bring that up. Why? I don't know. I don't know why people don't like mentioning that. But nonetheless, they took care of business, right, as they were supposed to. I mean, that's the reason why you get the first seed. You grind it out, you thug it out in the regular season, you play as many games as possible, trying to put yourself in a better situation come playoff time, right? And they did that. They won 64 games in the regular season, to position themselves in a better spot come playoff time to make their run so much favorable. I mean, that's the difference of getting the first seed as opposed to getting the eighth seed, where you have to play the first seed, and then you're gonna have to play the winner of the fourth and fifth seed, and then that's a tougher it's a tough run, in my opinion. If you're the A seed trying to win a championship, that's a tougher run. But if you're the first seed, things are in your favor. You get home court advantage, right? You get home court advantage throughout the playoffs if you are able to get out of your conference. And then if you're going up against a Western Conference team or Eastern Conference team, whoever has the better record has home court advantage. But they did what was necessary to be done. They won the games. They played a lot of games, and they positioned themselves in a situation to make their run much favorable. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a cakewalk, or I'm not going to say it was easy, because it's not easy to beat a team 4 times in a 2 week span. It's not that easy, right? Now, if it's one game, yeah, any team could get lucky. Any team could beat any team could beat, a team one time, right? Because the Boston Celtics, even though they won 64 games in the regular season, they did lose to a few bottom feeder teams. I think the Charlotte Hornets beat them once or twice, if I'm not mistaken. So, but to beat a team 4 times in a series, that's not easy to do. So I give the Boston Celtics all the props, right? I give them all the credit for getting to the finals. This is their second time in the finals in 3 years, right? The first time they were in the finals, they lost the Golden State Warriors in 6 games, and the Boston Celtics had home court advantage, and the lights were bright, right? Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown were a little bit younger then, right? But this time around, I think it's a little bit different. It's not the same scenario here. They have a different team. They have a different coach, and the supporting cast is different from 2 years ago. I mean, when they made it back in 2022, excuse me, when they made it back in 2022, they had Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, Grant Williams, Aaron Neesmith, who was on the Pacers this year. He was on the team, right? And they had, I mean, Al Horford is still on the team, so he's still on the current team, so that's the same. But the supporting cast from 2 years ago is different from what it is now. I mean, right now they have Drew Holiday. They traded for Kristaps Porzingis, right? They traded for Xavier Tillman, which I thought that was a solid move for them. At the trade deadline, that was a solid move for them as a backup center, right? And they got a few pieces. I mean, they traded for the 76ers young player, Jaden Springer, who is a tough hard-nosed defender. I mean, even though he's young, I see him doing some great things in Boston in the few coming years if they keep him, right? So yeah, the Boston Celtics is a different team right now. And me personally, I'm not gonna say that because they're a different team, it's a guarantee that they win the championship this year. Because I don't think that's how basketball works. I don't believe that's how basketball works. But let me look at these comments right here. Shout out to my man, Humble Man 420, bro. I appreciate you for being in here. He says he's at work. He had to tune in though. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for being in here, bro. I know you still a little bit salty because the Celtics beat your team, but yeah. Yeah, but shout out to you though. Yeah, he says smash the like button. Yeah, smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. If you come in, please make sure you smash that like button for me. But the Boston Celtics, like I said, just because they have a different team now, I don't think that guarantees them the championship. Now, they did what was necessary for them to get to the championship. And me personally, I don't subscribe to the cakewalk narrative because people just pick and choose what they want to label or call a cakewalk. And somebody brought this up to me, I think a couple days ago. The 1987, and I know this was a long time, and people don't really go back to do their research, but the 1987 Los Angeles Lakers, if you look at their run when they made it to the finals, right? They played a 37 win team in the Denver Nuggets, right? That year, the Denver Nuggets only won like 37 games. And then in the second round, they played the Golden State Warriors, who was 42-40, right? I think the Golden State Warriors was the fifth seed. And then in the conference finals, they played the seven-seeded Seattle Supersonics, who had a losing record as well. So, case in point is that team played lesser competition, but people don't really hold that against them. But for somehow, some way, for whatever reason, people want to hold the Boston Celtics going up against teams that won 40 plus games in the regular season and saying that it was a cakewalk. I mean, the Lakers in 1987, they went up against teams that won 37 games in the regular season, right? And it's even surprising that a team that won 37 or 38 games made it to the playoffs when this year the Miami Heat, who was the eighth seed, was like what 40. They won like 45 or 46 games. But I mean, I was just pointing that out because people just want to label this a cakewalk. Me personally, I don't subscribe to it. I don't consider any run to the finals as a cakewalk. I mean, if you are able to get to the finals, I think it's a huge accomplishment in my opinion. Now, getting to the finals is one thing, and winning the championship is another thing, right? Now, getting to the championship, I can appreciate you getting to the championship, but when you get there, you have to win it. Now, that brings me to my next point. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've been together JT got drafted in 2017 and we're in 2024. So that's 6 years. So they've been together for 6 years. Now, Jaylen Brown got drafted in 2016, a year prior to Jason Tatum getting drafted, right? And they've been to the conference finals multiple times, right? I think Jaylen Brown has been to the conference finals like 6 or 7 times. And Jason Tatum has been to the conference finals, I think, So Jaylen Brown has been to the conference finals 5 times, and Jason Tatum has been there 4 times. So yeah, I think he made it his rookie year. So 2018, 2020, 2022, 23, and 24. So okay, so 5 times. So he's made it 5 times. Jaylen Brown has been there 6 times, I believe. So you can't keep getting to the conference finals over and over again, right? Without winning the championship. At some point, you got to get over the hump. At some point, you definitely got to get over the hump, because you can't just keep getting to the conference finals and consider that a successful season. I mean, that's the standard in today's basketball era, right? A successful season is getting to the conference finals. That's what everybody believes is a successful season. Me personally, I don't know when that happened, right? I mean, my whole thing is, if you're a team in championship contention, I think the championship should be the main goal. Getting to the finals should be the main goal. And now the Celtics are in the finals, right? And so this time around, they have to win. Now they're favorites to win the championship this year. Vegas had them winning the championship before the season started. They had the Celtics as one of the 3 teams that should win the championship. And then heading into the playoffs, the Boston Celtics became the undisputed favorite to win the championship this year. Now they have everything, in my opinion. They have offense, they have the defense, they have the rebounding, they have the coaching. Now, even though Joe Mazzulla is a second-year head coach, I believe he's a top 10 head coach, in my opinion. He's won back-to-back 50. He's had back-to-back 50-win seasons, right? So you can't use that as a knock against him, right? And the Celtics have won in 3 seasons. They've won 50-plus games in the last 3 seasons. So at some point, they have to get over the hump. Now, in terms of the offense and the defense, I mean, they have everything. I mean, they were top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense. They're top 10 in rebounding. I think Jason Tatum is averaging double-digit rebounds in these playoffs, right? So he's doing his thing. Drew Holiday's doing his thing. He's stepping up offensively and defensively. On certain nights, he's giving you double digits in scoring, and he's playing some elite perimeter defense on some of these best players: Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero in the first round. So he's doing his job, right? And their dynamic duo is also doing their job. Now, Boston. No, I said Boston. Jason Tatum started off the playoffs a little bit slow. In terms of scoring wise, he didn't really have it going. And you saw guys step up. Derek White stepped up huge, especially in that first round where he was averaging 20 points. So he was giving you 20. Jaylen Brown was giving you 20 plus. And then Jason Tatum even though Jason Tatum didn't really have it going scoring wise, he was still averaging 20. So even at his lowest, Jason Tatum can get you 20 points. But the question is, in the NBA Finals, will that be enough? Now, they're going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks are not really considered a very good defensive team, right? They're not really considered a very good defensive team. They're not a top 10 team defensively in the regular season. And in the playoffs, after the first round, they weren't considered top 10, but eventually they made their way into the top. They've made their way into the top 10. And they've been really good defensively. But I just believe that the Boston Celtics should have no difficulties trying to generate offense against that Dallas Mavericks defense, because they have the offense, in my opinion. The Celtics were number 2 in offensive rating. The Indiana Pacers were number 1, right? And we all know the Boston Celtics. We all know their philosophy is to generate threes. That's what they do. They shot the most threes in the regular season. They shot about 40 threes per game, right? So they generate a lot of threes. That's their whole philosophy. They drive, they kick, they dish. Now, I'm not saying they shoot all threes all game long. I'm not saying that, right? They do get some post touches, right? Jason Tatum sometimes gets in the post and takes advantages of mismatches down low. Jaylen Brown does the same thing. He was doing that against the Indiana Pacers because he had the mismatch, right? And sometimes, you'll see Kristaps Porzingis get in the post, from time to time, even though he does shoot a lot of threes, don't get me wrong. But, sometimes he'll get himself on the block and punish mismatches down low. Sometimes he'll play, he'll generate a lot of rim pressure by, getting layups, alley oops, and what have you. So I'm not saying that they shoot threes all game long. They sometimes get on the block. They sometimes play in the mid range, right? And they get a lot of layups in transition. So that's what they do offensively. Now, defensively is where I think they will definitely make their mark. Now, I believe the Boston Celtics have the best defensive backcourt in the NBA. Now, I don't think anybody's going to argue with me on that. I mean, having Drew Holiday and Derek White, that really bolsters your backcourt defense because Drew Holiday is he's an all NBA caliber defender as well as Derek White. I mean, he made the team last season, and Drew Holiday made the team last season and this season. So these guys are premier defenders in the league. They're not little guys. They're at least 6'4". I mean, I know Drew Holiday 6'5" because the Sixers drafted him back in 2009, I believe. I could be wrong, but he's 6'5", right? And Derek White is 6'4". So case in point is they'll definitely be able to deal with Kyrie Irving, but I'm not gonna say that they're gonna shut them down. They're not, because nobody's gonna shut Kyrie down. Nobody's gonna shut down Luka down, right? But the best they can do is to try to get in their way and make it difficult for them, chase them around the floor, contest all their shots, and try as much as possible to make it difficult for them. I think that's the best they can do. Now, I expect the Boston Celtics to play a switching type defense because they have the athletes on the floor. They have the guys that can switch. They have guys that can keep offensive players in front of them and to make things difficult for them. Shout out to my guy Tunis, bro. I've been looking for you all week long, bro. I've been looking for you, bro. Where you been at? But yeah, shout out to my guy Tuna Sports, man. Shout out to Tuna Sports. Cleveland Cavaliers content creator. I know he's still salty because the Boston Celtics eliminated his team, like I said. But in five games. So but shout out to you though. I appreciate you for pulling up. I'll drop the link. So if you wanna, come and give me your thoughts, I'd appreciate it. Um I got my man Bruce in the house. What's good, Bruce? Man, I know Bruce about to start that Jason Tatum talk. But yeah, I appreciate Bruce. I appreciate you for being in here. Yeah, and on Sunday, I didn't really hear your thoughts on the finals. So if you could come in and give me your thoughts. I mean, if you're at work, that's fine too. But yeah, I expect Boston to play a switching type defense because, like I said, they have the athletes and they have the guys that can move laterally on the floor and try to keep offensive players in front of them, right? Drew Holiday is a good perimeter defender. Derek White is a good perimeter defender. Even Jalen Brown is he's an underrated defender. I mean, I saw Jalen Brown like shut down James Harden last season. In games 2 and games 3, he held Harden to. I mean, he didn't guard him. He didn't contest all his shots, but Harden was like 5 of 28 from the field, some type shit like that. So he's a good and underrated defender, right? So I can see him taking turns on Luka Doncic. I can see him take. I'm talking about Jalen Brown. I can see him taking turns on Luka Doncic. I can see him picking up Kyrie Irving on a few possessions and trying to make things difficult for him. And he's done that before. I mean, when the Boston Celtics played the Brooklyn Nets back in 2022, when Kyrie was on the Brooklyn Nets, Jalen Brown took the assignments a couple times, and he had success. He was successful in that. I mean, especially in games two and three. They were successful at making things difficult for Kyrie Irving. But Kyrie was on a different team, right? And him being in the regular season, it was a little bit shaky because we all remember what he was dealing with the vaccine and being a part-time player, not playing at home. I mean, all of that contributed to Kyrie Irving, I believe, all of those situations contributed to Kyrie not playing his best basketball in the postseason, right? Back in 2022. But Kyrie's on a different team. He's in a new situation with the a different kind of supporting cast around him, different coach. So I don't expect Kyrie Irving to play against the Celtics like he did against them back in 2022. I think it's going to be something completely different, right? And going up against the Boston Celtics, especially in the finals, I expect to see Kyrie Irving come out way, way different than he did back in 2022. I don't expect to see the same kind of results, right? Because Kyrie he has a chip on his shoulder, right? Because he was dealing with, almost being out the league. People were calling him to be, people were calling for him to retire, Stephen A. Smith, right? And he went through all of that, getting canceled, losing his Nike shoe deal. And now he has an opportunity. He gets to the NBA finals. I expect him to take things very, very personal, especially against that Celtics fans, because we know Celtics fans can get a little bit, they can get a little bit, I don't want to use the R word, but sometimes they get a little bit out of hand and they cross the line sometimes. Against the Celtics, when Kyrie Irving played against the Celtics back in 2022, you saw Kyrie saying words like SMD, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I ain't never heard, I ain't never heard Kyrie, get like that. I ain't never seen Kyrie let fans get to him like that. So they were able to get into his head, get him out of character sometimes, but I can see him going at the fans. Now, it's not gonna be anything personal. It's just basketball at this point. And I'm hearing people saying that Kyrie's gonna take things against the Celtics personally, which I don't think Kyrie has. I don't think he has anything against the Celtics organization because he did say back in 2018. I remember this vividly. He got on the stage or whatever, October 2018. The video is still on YouTube. And he said, if you guys will have me back, I plan on re-signing here next year. That's what he said. And so come off season and he doesn't resign with the Celtics, it seems like, you lied to us as a fan base because you didn't keep your word. You said you was going to sign with us, and then come off season, you didn't sign with us. So I think he has more of an issue with the fans because they boo him. They, cross the line against him. But against the Celtics organization, I don't think he really has anything to do with them. I think he's definitely happy to see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown grow as a duo and as individual players, right? When he was there, Jaylen Brown was not even an all-star caliber player, but now Jaylen Brown has developed into that. He's averaged 26 points per game. So I'm sure that Kyrie Irving is definitely glad to see Jaylen Brown ascend into this level, right? So that's that. And Jason Tatum has been a good player. Last season, he was in the MVP conversation, something like that. So all of these are reasons why I think the Celtics should win. But am I picking the Celtics to win the championship? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not picking. Excuse me. I'm not picking them to win, and it is what it is. Now, the last person I want to talk about before I move on to the Dallas Mavericks is Kristaps Porzingis. Now, he missed. He got hurt in the what you call it? He got hurt in the Miami Heat series, right? I think he got hurt in Game 3, so he missed the series in the second round, and he missed the series in the conference finals. So I just saw a notification on my phone that he's cleared to play in Game 1 in the NBA Finals, which is cool for the Celtics, right? That's great because they get an additional body who can help them offensively and defensively because Kristaps Porzingis brings so much to this Boston Celtics team. But my only concern is that he's missed a lot of time, right? And it's just going to be difficult to see somebody miss all these games, miss all these playoffs, right? And then jump into the NBA Finals and dominate. I just don't see that. I just don't see that happening, right? Because we haven't seen Kristaps Porzingis play so far into the playoffs ever in his career, right? We've never seen him. We've never seen him in the NBA Finals. Hell, we've never seen him in the conference finals. This is his first time he's going to be playing in the NBA Finals. So, do I think he's going to dominate? Me personally, I don't think so, right? Because he's missed a lot of time, and to miss all this time and jump into the NBA Finals, I don't think that's going to happen. Me personally, that's what I believe. And that's that. But I do see him, hitting shots here and there. I do see him getting some blocks. I do see him being a rim protector, giving them quality minutes in the playoffs. I mean, in the finals, right? I also see Al Horford being a good interior defender, right? I do see Al Horford hitting threes. I mean, he hit 7 threes against the Indiana Pacers, right? So the Dallas Mavericks have to keep Al Horford in mind, because if you leave him open, he'll definitely he'll definitely make you pay from the 3-point line, because he's capable of knocking down shots. But that's all I have for the Celtics. But let's jump on to the Dallas Mavericks and let's break everything down for them. So the Dallas Mavericks, this year's playoffs, right? 5th seed, and like I said, they've beaten 3 50-win teams in these playoffs. They beat the LA Clippers in the first round, right? They won 50 plus games in the regular season. In the second round, they took down the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. Got them out of there in 6 games, got the Clippers out of there in 6 games, right? And they went up against the defending champs Slayer, the team that beat the defending champions, right? The Minnesota Timberwolves, and they got them out of there in 5 games. They gentlemen swept them. And so they've had a good playoff run as well, right? Luka was not playing his best in those first 2 playoff series, but he stepped up in the conference finals. He dominated. He averaged 30 points like he usually does. Right? And he shot about 43 or 44% from the 3. So he dominated. I mean, Jaden McDaniels couldn't do anything with him. Anthony Edwards couldn't do anything with him. The Minnesota Timberwolves had the best defense in the league, but they couldn't stop Luka Magic. So Luka dominated in the conference finals, but overall, I'm not going to say that he dominated this year's playoffs. Let me take a look at these comments right here. Bruce has been saying a lot of things. He says, "Nice channel, Bruce. I appreciate you." He says, "Mavs and 6." I feel the same way too, and I'm gonna go into detail why I feel that way. Tuna Sports says, Andre channel growing. Love to see it. Keep working, bro. Hey, Tuna Sports, I appreciate it. And bro, I sent you something on Instagram, bro. Get back to me, man. Yeah. What's good, Humble and Bruce? Yeah. Bruce says, I could not say anything on Sunday because yeah, the crazies like JM are taking over the channel. Yeah, I mean, I said to myself that if JM is on the panel, I'm not going up there, because every time I go up there, for whatever reason, he seems to get me to go out of character and I be saying certain words that, I don't even want to be talking like that, especially on BJ's platform. I respect BJ, I respect the platform, and I don't want to be saying certain things on there. So if he's on there, I'm not going up there. But on Sunday, he wasn't there, so I was able to go on, and Mr. Maz was on. A few other people was on, and we had a great basketball talk. But yeah, that was that. But yeah. Tuna Sports says that's that Jersey talk. Yeah, yo. Yo, they asked Kyrie like, "Yo, what happened in game 1?" You like, "Bro, SMD." I'm like, "Oh, snap." Man, Kyrie, I ain't never see Kyrie get like that. I mean, he does, cuz I remember back in when he first played with the Celtics, right? He was going into the tunnel, and one of the fans was like, "Kyrie, where's LeBron?" And he was like, "Suck my you know what." And I was like, whoa. Kyrie's known as he's very religious. He's a God-fearing man. He fasts, right? He takes part in Ramadan. He does everything. He's a good citizen, right? We don't see that from Kyrie most of the time. So yeah. JM said, yeah, he called me a LeBron. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with him. And sometimes I just be questioning, like, BJ, why you let him on? Because sometimes he messes up the show. I mean, saying things that are factually incorrect, right? And sometimes BJ just let him talk. And I'm like, yo, you can't let that happen. But hey, it's his channel, so I can't really tell him what to do on this channel. So yeah. Yeah, you definitely should. You definitely should. But let me just get back to the Mavs. So the Mavs have had, a dominant, I mean not a dominant, but every team they went up against, I mean they were the 5th seed. They went up against the 4th seeded LA Clippers, took care of them in 6 games, right? Went up against the 1st seeded Oklahoma City team, took care of them. And then they faced the 3rd seeded Minnesota Timberwolves team, got them out of there in 5. So heading into these playoffs, I mean, heading into these finals, I'm definitely favoring the Dallas Mavericks to win. Now, if the Mavericks win the championship, they would be the 4th team in this century to miss the playoffs entirely a year prior, and then the next year win the championship. The first team that did that was the Boston Celtics back in 2008. They missed the playoffs in 2007, and then in 2008, they win a championship. The second team that did that was the LA Lakers back in 2019. They missed the playoffs, and then in 2020, they make the playoffs, win the NBA championship. The third team that did that was Bruce, your Golden State Warriors team. They missed the playoffs in 2021 entirely, and then in 2022, they win a championship. So if the Dallas Mavericks are able to win a championship this year, they would be the 4th team to do that because they missed the playoffs last year. And Thomas Talent, he was clowning them. They missed the playoffs and missed the playoffs. Well, they're in the NBA Finals now, so yeah, and they could potentially win the championship. Now let's talk about the offense and defense. Right now, offensively, we all see what the Mavericks do. Right, they utilize a lot of pick and roll actions. Right, they run these high pick and rolls to get guys out on the perimeter and take advantage of them. Or sometimes Luka just, gets in the paint, and if the defense collapses, he's able to find open shooters and he's able to kick it out to open shooters, and guys are able to make threes. And we've seen guys like PJ Washington make a lot of threes and dominate. I mean, I'm not gonna say dominate, but take over in a playoff series. And in that second round against the Thunder, we saw PJ Washington hit a lot of threes. And a lot of people were making arguments that he was the best player in the series, which I mean, I disagree with that. I mean, for the Mavs, people were saying that he was the best player, but I don't believe that. I just think that he was getting those threes by design. I mean, the Thunder was purposely leaving him open. They were daring him to make threes. They were daring him to shoot threes. And they were doubling Luka, blitzing Kyrie. And as a result, him getting those wide open threes, he took those shots and he made those shots. I don't think that makes him the best player because you can't be the best player for a team and you're getting left wide open. Now, I just don't believe that. The best players on the teams are always getting guarded, right? Sometimes they're getting double teamed, triple teamed, or even quadruple teamed sometimes. I mean, we saw how teams were guarding Shaq back in the finals against the New Jersey Nets. He had 5 guys surrounding him while he was going for a dunk. That shows you that he's the best player. But in this scenario right here, we never saw anybody double team PJ Washington, but we saw Luka getting double team. We saw Kyrie getting blitz, and Kyrie averaged 15 in that series, but his playmaking went up, his assist numbers went up, and same argument goes for Luka Doncic. His playmaking went up. I mean, his playmaking is always up because he always has the ball in his hands, right? And his assist numbers went up as well. So I think in order for the Mavs to win the series right here, PJ Washington has to make shots. He's going to have to make shots. Derrick Jones Jr. is going to have to make shots as well, right? Daniel Gafford is going to have to do what he does best, which is be a lob threat, be a finisher around the basket, be in a dunker spot, grab rebounds, be a rim protector. Even though he's a small ball center, he's able to rim protect at a very efficient level, right? He's gonna have to do his thing. Derrick Jones Jr. has to do his thing, right? Derek Lively the second has to come off the bench and do what he does best. Now, Derek Lively did not miss a single shot in the Western Conference final. I mean, most of his shots were high percentage shots. Most of them were dunks. So it's not really it's not really surprising, but it is surprising on the other hand because he was going up against the best defense in the league, and Rudy Gobert being the great or a good rim protector as he is, he wasn't really able to hold Derek Lively, and as a result, Derek Lively did not miss a shot in that series. I think he probably has a in that series, he'll probably have a 90% or 80% true shooting percentage because if you go 100% from the line, and he's not a great free throw shooter, right? But he's a decent one, so he'll probably have an 80% or 90% true shooting percentage, which is very impressive. But if the Mavs want to win this series, like I said, they have to get guys. They have to get guys going early, right? Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have to play at a very high level. The pick and rolls, they should be able to take advantage of those pick and roll coverages, especially when the Boston Celtics have Al Horford on the floor. Now, like I said, Al Horford is going to cause trouble, right? He's going to knock down threes. He's going to space the floor. So he's going to take a lot of the Mavs bigs from under the basket and create a lot of driving lanes for Jason Tatum, create a lot of driving lanes for Jaylen Brown, for a Derek White, even for Porzingis, right? But on the flip side, if he's on the defensive side of the floor, the Mavs are going to try to get him in as much as pick and roll situations as possible. They're going to get him. They're going to get him on the perimeter, right? And they're going to try to abuse him off the pick and roll. And we all know he's older now. He can't really keep up with offensive players on the perimeter. Now in the post, he's solid, right? You can't just move him out the way. But on the perimeter, he can definitely be a liability. And I can see Luka Doncic, I can see Kyrie Irving, pulling him out to the perimeter and taking advantage of him because he's slow. I could definitely see that happening. And also, I could see him having a tough time dealing with the athleticism that the Mavs have with Derrick Jones Jr., with Daniel Gafford, with PJ Washington, and with Derek Lively because these guys are so athletic. And we know Al Horford is not as athletic. He's going to be playing in drop coverage most of the time. So that makes the job easier for the Dallas Mavericks. If you're in the drop coverage, you either give up a wide open shot to whoever the ball handle is, or you give up a lob. And if you give up a lob, trust me, Daniel Gafford is going to make those dunks. Derrick Jones Jr. is going to make those dunks. Like, these guys are high flyers. Their ability to jump high sometimes it baffles me, but Al Horford is going to have trouble. And that's why the Boston Celtics, their perimeter defense has to be much better. Right? Because we already know what the two-man game between Luka and Daniel Gafford is going to look like, right? The pick and roll, and whether they decide to switch it, whether they decide to blitz it, whether they decide to hedge and recover or play in the drop, right? They're definitely going to have some issues with that pick and roll. I could definitely see that happening. Now, like I said, I do anticipate them switching a lot because they have the athletes that can deal with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic on the perimeter. But at the same time, if they're trying to get Al Horford in the pick and roll, you don't have to concede that switch because they're definitely going to take advantage of him on the perimeter. So I'm not the coach, right? I'm not Joe Mazzulla, so I don't have to come up with a defensive strategy on how to limit the pick and roll because once Luka comes off that pick and roll and he turns that corner, sometimes it's almost game over for you, right? Because if the defense collapses on him, Luka is so smart. His basketball IQ is off the chain, and his court vision is just impeccable. He's able to scan the floor and notice who the open man is, and as a result, he's able to make some great skip passes into the weak side corner, and guys make shots. Derrick Jones Jr. makes shots off of that. PJ Washington makes shots off of it, right? And Dante Exum, he comes off the bench sometimes and he gets most of those looks and he's able to make some of his shots. So Yeah, Boston is going to have to deal with that as well. Now, we also see the Mavs, play like a spread type offense, especially um when they have Maxi Kleber on the floor, because Maxi Kleber as a stretch four, stretch five, he can spread the floor and knock down threes, right? So if he's on the floor, he's gonna open up. He's gonna add additional space into the floor, which means Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have a ton of space to work with, right? Now, guys have to make shots, like I'm saying. Maxi Kleber, who is going to play in the finals, he has to make shots. PJ Washington has to make shots. And also, Luka and Kyrie have to make shots. They have to be aggressive from the start. They have to play some great team defense because individual defense, you can't compete with the Boston Celtics. And also, I expect them to run them off the 3-point line a lot because Boston is known for taking a lot of threes. They attempted 40 threes in the regular season. So in the finals and in the playoffs, they've been doing that. So that play style is not going to change in the finals. They're going to seek threes. They're going to, drive into the lane, kick out, dish, give out the extra pass until they find the open man. And they always collapse defenses doing that. So I think Dallas has to be a smarter team, right? Defensively. If you're going to help and recover, make sure you do it smartly and, make sure you don't help from the strong side because I usually see Dallas doing that a lot, especially from Derrick Jones Jr. You see him helping from the strong side a lot. And when you help from the strong side, you're giving up a wide open three. So that cannot happen against the Celtics. Jason Tatum will definitely make you pay. Jaylen Brown, Derek White. Derek White had a couple games where he was knocking down 5, 6 threes. Al Horford had games where he was knocking down 7 threes. So Boston can definitely make you pay for they can definitely make you pay if you give them wide open looks from the 3-point line. Humble Man says Jaylen Brown will outperform Jason Tatum. I mean, he did 2 years ago, but me personally, I don't think so. I think Jason Tatum is on a mission to prove that he's better than Luka Doncic, which I have to talk about that in a few seconds. I don't know who's guarding Kyrie for 7 games. So I think this is going to be the matchups. So Drew Holiday will definitely start on Luka Doncic, even though they're going to switch a lot. I see Jaylen Brown picking him up on a few possessions. I see Derek White also picking him up a few possessions. Even Jason Tatum could take that challenge if he really wants to. So I think Drew Holiday is going to be on Luka. Derek White is going to be on Kyrie Irving. Jaylen Brown is going to be on Derrick Jones Jr. Jason Tatum is going to be on PJ Washington. And then whoever the 5 is, if it's Al Horford, he's going to be on Gafford. If it's Porzingis, he's going to be on Gafford. So I think that's what the matchups is going to look like. But throughout the course of the game, they'll definitely switch up. They'll definitely switch up the coverages for sure. Humble Man says Mavs got better bigs, and Porzingis gonna have to show up for Boston. Can't wait to see that happen. Yeah, that's true. And like I said, I don't think Porzingis is gonna dominate in this series because he's missed the last 2 playoff series, and I don't think you can go from round one and then jump into the NBA Finals and dominate. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. Now, my final segment, right? Let me talk about the Luka Doncic versus Jason Tatum talks, right? Now, me personally, I believe Luka's a better player, right? I believe Luka's better. He's better offensively, right? And he has more responsibility on the floor than Jason Tatum does. I mean, Tatum has a better team around him. He's got the defenders, he's got the rebounders, even though Tatum also rebounds, right? Tatum is averaging 10 rebounds this postseason. So we definitely have to give him credit for that. Hit the like button as y'all come in, man. Hit the like button for me. But yeah, Jason Tatum is averaging 10 rebounds. So I think Luka has more responsibility than Tatum, right? He's responsible for everybody's offense on the floor, with the exception of Kyrie, because Kyrie can, he can get the ball, break down the defense, go get his own bucket. But Luka is responsible to get Daniel Gafford going. He's responsible to get Derek Lively going. He's responsible to get PJ Washington and Derek Jones Jr. and all those other guys. He's responsible to get them going. And what he does offensively, I don't think Tatum compares to that. I think Luka's a better scorer. Yes. I think Luka is a better scorer than Jason Tatum. I mean, Luka, his ability to score the basketball is just, he scores so effortlessly sometimes. How he generates offense is just effortless sometimes, right? But Tatum is not the case. I mean, me personally, I believe Luka Doncic is the second best scorer in the NBA. I just feel that way. And when you talk about offense, your ability to, do anything offensively, score, play make, assist, facilitate, setting screens, getting offensive rebounds. I think Luka does that more better than Jason Tatum. I think Luka's he's a better offensive player. It's not even, I don't think anybody's gonna debate that, right? And in the process of him being a better offensive player than Jason Tatum. Yeah, Tatum is the better defensive player than Luka. I mean, Tatum is a better on-ball defender than Luka, right? But I believe what Luka does offensively is more valuable than what Jason Tatum does on the floor, because he has a better team around him. And if he doesn't have it going scoring wise, Jaylen Brown could have it going. Even Derek White, we saw Derek White average 20 in the first round. So Derek White is capable of giving you 20, 25, or 20 points or 25 points. But Dallas doesn't have that. Now, I'm not saying that PJ Washington cannot give you, that level of production, but Derek White is a way better player than, PJ Washington. And when you look at these two guys, I just think that what Luka does is more valuable than what Tatum does, and that's how I just look at it. Now I know people are gonna bring up the defense and Luka's a trash defender, which yeah he is. He's not a good on-ball defender, but as a team defender, he's a better team defender than he is as a what you call it. He's a better team defender than he is as an individual player. And if you talk about defense, I mean grabbing defensive rebounds, that counts. That should count for some level of defense, right? And I believe Luka's a better rebounder than Tatum. A lot of Tatum's rebounds are uncontested. Now, yeah, Luka does get uncontested rebounds sometimes, right? But Luka is, I think Luka's he's a better rebounder, because he boxes out sometimes on rebounds, right? And his ability to get rebounds and initiate fast breaks and find open shooters or get to the basket himself, I just think that is more valuable than what Tatum does. So I definitely have Luka as the best player in this series. I have Luka as a better player than Jason Tatum. Now, if Tatum wins this series, will I say that Tatum is better than Luka? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say that, right? I'm not gonna say that, because it takes more than just one playoff series to be better than another player. Me personally, because I believe better players can get outplayed sometimes, right? And outplaying a player does not, outperforming another player does not mean you're better than him. I mean, back in 2011, yeah, Jason Terry outplayed LeBron, but did anybody think Jason Terry was a better player after that series against LeBron? No, I don't think anybody was saying that. Nobody was saying that. So, yeah, that's my whole. That's what I think about this, man. I think I got Dallas in this series. I got Dallas winning in 6. Because even though the Celtics have a better team, right, they're going up against one of the best offensive players of this generation, and your defense has to be on point to come up with a good defensive strategy to kind of limit him in the series. Now, I believe Luka's going to go off, because if I'm going off of what he did against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had the best defense the best team defense in the regular season. How he obliterated that defense, picking the defense apart, finding open shooters, getting to the basket, living in the mid range, right, shooting the three at the percentage that he did. I think he's definitely going to dominate in this Boston series. I definitely believe that he'll definitely get a 40-point game in this finals. He hasn't had a 40-point game so far in this playoffs, right? But I definitely see him getting 40. I definitely see him getting 40 in the finals. And I don't think there's anything that one individual defender can do about it. He's had rest, right? Now, yeah, the Celtics have had rest as well. I'm not going to deny that. But I think Luka needed this rest more because he was dealing with that knee injury. And in the process of him dealing with that knee injury, we could tell that in the first two playoff series that he played in, he wasn't really effective. But based off what he did against Minnesota, averaging 30 against them, I believe he's now in rhythm, and he's gonna take that rhythm over. That rhythm is gonna carry over into the finals. And that's what I believe. I believe Kyrie's gonna be unstoppable. Kyrie's gonna have a chip on his shoulders. I believe Jason Kidd is going to outcoach Joe Mazzulla. Now, I'm only one of the ones that defends Joe Mazzulla in these YouTube streets. You got Celtics fans bashing their own coaches, right? But I definitely I defend him any chance I get. I hear Celtics fans saying that Joe Mazzulla makes no adjustments whatsoever, and that's not true. I saw him last season make an adjustment against the Sixers, and that adjustment, Doc Rivers could not counter that adjustment. So if you tell me he makes no adjustments, that's not true. So that's that. So I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody wants to come in and give their thoughts on who they think is gonna win the finals, I would love to hear that. I mean, Bruce was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but I'm gonna still drop the link. Right, I'm gonna still drop the link, and I want to hear Bruce's his opinion. I mean, he said he has Dallas in 6 games. Right now, Bruce does not trust Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. So I mean, Jason Tatum the most because how he underperformed against the Golden State Warriors back in 2022. I mean, that was atrocious from a star player, and he got shut down completely by Andrew Wiggins. Now, Andrew Wiggins, I mean, he was balling. I mean, defensively, he was so solid. So, that definitely had a part in Jason Tatum playing so terribly in the finals back in 2022. But I think this would definitely be a different situation because I believe he's in his prime now, and he's 2 years removed from that, right? So I think he's going to play better than what he did back in 2022. But I still got Dallas winning this series. And I hear people saying that Boston is going to win this series because they've been here before. They know what it takes to win. I mean, even though they never won, but they've been in the finals before. So they have experience. They have finals experience. But I'm going to disagree with that take because we saw last season, right? We saw the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets in the finals. And the Denver Nuggets had never been in the finals, so they had no finals experience. That was the first time they were in the finals. But Miami had been in the finals back in 2020. They were in the bubble and the finals, right? So if you say that Boston is going to win because they've been in the finals before, so they have finals experience, then why didn't Miami win last season when they went up against the Denver Nuggets, who had no finals experience? Right. So I just think that that's a bad take, right? Just because you have finals experience doesn't mean you're going to win. Because if that was the case, then the what you call it, the Miami Heat should have won last season, but they didn't. So I just feel that way. But I dropped the link. If you want to come in and give your thoughts on the NBA Finals, I'd love to hear it. Um, yeah, Tuna Sports. I don't know if you still here, Bruce. I don't know if you still on, but I would definitely like to hear your opinion on this. Most definitely. Yeah. The Celtics was a cake. Bro, listen, cut it out, bro. Stop it. Just stop it. You're a Sixer fan. I mean, listen, some Sixer fans are a little bit salty because the Sixers are not doing anything. The Sixers are not going to the finals. And they just hate to see another team go to the finals. And I mean, come to think of it, the Sixers and the Celtics were in the same ballpark back in 2015, 2016. The Sixers were in the same scenario as the Boston Celtics, right? They were both trash teams. They both got a lot of lottery picks, and unfortunately, bad front office decisions. The Sixers are not able to, be a better team. In Boston, they made the right moves, right? They made the right trades, right signings. They drafted well, and as a result, they've made the finals 2 out of the last 3 years. And it's unfortunate that the Sixers did not make some good, decisions in terms of, the front office decisions. They did not make the right trades. They did not draft well, and as a result, the Sixers are what the Sixers are right now. So don't get mad at the Boston Celtics. They did their job. They did what was best. And I'm a Sixers fan, right? I'm a Sixers fan, but if you got to be honest, you got to be honest, bro. The Sixers did not make great front office decisions, and as a result, the Sixers are the team that they are today. And you can't blame the Celtics. I don't want to hear nothing about no cakewalk because you don't hold the 1987 Lakers. Nobody says they had a cakewalk, even though in the first round they played a 37-win team. In the conference finals, they played a 7th seed. Nobody holds that against them. So I don't want to hear that. I definitely don't want to hear that. There's no such thing as a cakewalk. I'm not buying into that logic. But yeah, the link is right down below. If you want to come in, give me your thoughts on the Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks NBA Finals. Um, I definitely want to hear it. I mean, I broke everything down on what I think is going to happen. I believe Dallas is going to win. I believe Luka is going to be named the Finals MVP, right? And Dallas will win their second championship in 13 years. So, yeah, I believe that, and that would be their second championship. But if Boston wins, that would be their 18th championship. So yeah, but yeah. And when it comes to another last point, when it's a close game down in down the stretch in the fourth quarter and crunch time, I trust Luka and Kyrie to come up huge than I trust Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Now, both teams have showed up huge in the clutch, right? We saw excuse me, we saw Jaylen Brown hit a big shot against the Indiana Pacers in game one to tie the game and send it to overtime, right? And we've also seen Luka Doncic hit a huge step back three to win a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference finals, right? So we've seen both of these teams come up huge in the clutch. We've seen Kyrie hit big shots in the clutch. We've seen Tatum also hit big shots, make big plays in the clutch. But I just trust Luka and Kyrie more than I trust Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I just feel that way. But I'm gonna give it three more minutes. If nobody comes on, then I'm gonna just have to shut this down. Again, I appreciate each and every person that joined this live. Make sure you hit that like button for me. I appreciate anybody that stopped by. Humble, Tuna Sports, Bruce. Yeah, I really, I really wanted to hear Bruce's what you call it, his opinion on this, but I got my guy Tuna Sports on. What's good, Tuna Sports? Bro, you on mute. If you're speaking, you're on mute. So Yeah.
Yo, you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good, bro?
Yeah, what's good, man? What's going on, man? I ain't gonna be on here too long, man, but I had to check in with you, bro. What's going on,
Yeah. Real shit. Real shit. Man,
bro?
I've been looking for you.
I know,
I've been looking
I
for you this
know,
whole weekend, bro. I
I
was all
know,
over
I know.
Jersey.
I know, man. I had hit you back, but you hit me up again or whatever. Yeah, I got to check my messages, but I know we talked about doing stream and stuff, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna check message. I've been kind of busy with some stuff,
I feel you.
but yeah, man, yeah, oh yeah, shout out to you though, man. Shout out to your channel. I see your channel moving, bro. It's growing pretty fast, man. You love to see it, man. You just keep on working, staying consistent, man, because you're on
Right.
your way, man. You're junk blowing up.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. But what you think? What you think about? What you think of the finals, man? Who you think's gonna win this finals and why?
um, yeah, bro. I mean, I don't have too much to say on this. I'm going to ride with. I gotta ride with the Mavericks, man. I gotta ride with my Jersey brother Kyrie, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad I'm glad he back in the finals, man. He deserved it, man. After everything, that he been through with the media, you know, the fans and everything, man. I'm glad he was able to get out of that situation in Brooklyn and able to go to a team that actually invested in him and believed in him. Like you said, a good supporting cast over there. People that really support Kyrie over there in Dallas, man. So shout out to Dallas, man. I'm glad to see him just happen to just focus on basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not the other stuff. All the outside. The other distractions that wasn't basketball. But
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's just playing basketball again, man. And I said before, I got the Mavs in. I know people said Mavs in 6. So I think I'm gonna pick the Mavs in 7. I think it's gonna be a good series. I really feel like it'll go either way, man. Either way, but I'm gonna go with the Mavs. Off the strength of Kyrie. And I just felt like a lot of people were sleeping on the Mavericks when the playoffs first started. I felt like
Mm-hmm.
people were sleeping on the Mavs, not giving them enough respect, man. We heard people talk about the Mavs in a different way, man. But now I think the Mavs showed that they belong. They proved they deserve to be in the finals. They played who was in front of them. They earned their spot in the finals. They beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. And the Celtics, like you said, man, I'm not gonna say the cakewalk stuff, man. I'm not gonna say cakewalk, but I do believe that the Celtics haven't been challenged yet. I do believe that the Celtics really ain't facing no real competition. But again, you can only play who's in front of you. You can only control what you can control. So it's not the Boston Celtics' fault. Injuries is part of the game. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Celtics they won their games, they won their matchups, like you said. But I do think that the Boston Celtics haven't really been challenged yet. I think the Mavericks had a tougher role. The Celtics, you see them, they played teams like Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler, right? It took I believe it was a record shooting night for Miami Heat. In order for them to win that game, that night,
Right.
and
Game
they
two.
end up right, and they end up getting, We saw what happened after that. They end up playing my Cavaliers. I'm no hater, bro. I'm not salty about it. It is what it is. Cavaliers was able to win one game on their floor. Series tied 1-1. Donovan Mitchell went out, and the Cavs already playing without Jared Allen, so it just made it kind of harder for the Cavaliers. Even though the Celtics was without Porzingis, the Celtics still a pretty stacked team when it comes to that starting lineup. And the Cavs was already underdogs, and part of your rim protection, and you're missing your star player. It was just gonna be a tall task, for the Cleveland Cavaliers to beat that monster over there in Boston. So they beat the Cavs, no Donovan Mitchell, no Allen, and then they played the Pacers, who
Mm-hmm.
also was able to get past the Knicks because of you know Jalen Brunson. But you
Bro,
know what?
just say it. Just say it.
I don't look. I give credit, man. Look, I give credit. They beat the Pacers. But I think the Mavs. I just think the Mavs had a tougher role. But as far as the series go, you really said everything, bro.
Mhm.
Porzingis will be playing game 1, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think, like you said, I think Porzingis. I think he do help Boston. Obviously, he gonna stretch the floor. He can bring people out the paint. But I do think that first game gonna be iffy. I don't know if him coming right away he's gonna be a factor. You know, that first game. This is first game. He haven't played in a minute, so I don't know if he's gonna be much of a factor in that game 1. Maybe sometime down the line as the games go on, but I don't know about that game 1. But he definitely will help the Boston Celtics. And as far as Luca and Kyrie, I think this series, I think it's gonna come. I think the role play is gonna have to step up, and I think the role play has been big. I think the role play is big. Like we know Boston don't really have much of a bench. I know they got Payne Pritchard and you
Sam
know
Hauser
Sam Hauser. He's alright, you know, and
and
who else?
the tall guy. I forgot his name.
Luke Cornett.
Yeah, Cornette. Cornette.
Yeah, Cornett. Shout out to T Swiss. He don't really like him that much, but I thought Luke Cornett was productive in the Cavs series, in my opinion.
He
But
was.
yeah,
Yeah, he gave him some great. I mean, not great, but good production off the bench.
right. I thought he
Yeah.
was solid.
Yeah.
No hate. But I think the role plays though, bro. Like the role plays been huge. They've been pretty big in the playoffs, bro. Like guys like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, like
Right. And I
we
not
go
to
ahead, my
cut.
fault, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I think these playoffs is showing us how important role players can be. Because, bro, when Daniel Gafford was with the Washington Wizards, bro, I used to laugh at him because Embiid used to give him 50 in 3 quarters. I remember
Yeah,
Anthony Davis also giving him 55 and 17.
Allen has way too
But now
sometimes,
he
you
gets
know.
traded to yeah, right. He was getting the business, but he goes to a better team, and now we're seeing how valuable he was. The same logic goes with PJ Washington. Nobody respected him back in Charlotte, and that's why I believe OKC was leaving him open in that series. They were like, "Bro, we don't trust that you can beat us from the three. We're gonna dare you to shoot that three ball. We're gonna test you if you're the Charlotte Hornets, PJ Washington, or you're the Dallas Mavericks, PJ Washington." And he proved them wrong. So these playoffs is really showing us how important how important having good and quality role players can be. And
Yeah, and
even I'm sorry about that. Even for the Celtics in the first round, Derek White was averaging 20, and he's a third option. He was hitting threes from everywhere, getting to the basket and playing some good defense. So that shows you how good role players are.
yeah, and I think yeah, like you said, like role plays is important, man. It matters, man. You know, that's why I gave credit. I said, um, Tatum could afford to have a night off because of the supporting cast he have over there. Like they have guys that can pick up the slack, man. And with the Dallas Mavericks, I feel like
Right, exactly.
like I don't know why people were sleeping on PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford like they wasn't gonna be a like I said
Bro,
it in the
cause, cause,
chat,
cause,
bro.
bro, cause they came from trash teams. That's why.
Yeah, but I said it in the chat. I was telling Thomas, I said, yo, I said I think Dallas made some good moves when they did the trade, and they Thomas and them was just like, nah. Who are they again? I get it. They came from trash organizations. You know how they talk. They came from trash organizations. I get it, but I already knew PJ Washington was a pretty solid player in Charlotte. No, they wasn't winning over there, but I knew PJ
Bro, rap.
could help. But because I wanted PJ on the we was looking at we was looking at trying to get PJ Washington. I kind of wish we would have got PJ Washington, bro. I swear, like the plays that I wanted, we did not get, bro. PJ Washington, I feel like would have been a good addition. Like the Dallas just they did good, man. They picked up them two guys, yo, and and another dude who's what's his name?
Derek Jones Jr.
Yeah. So they got there the wing, yeah. So they got players over there, and I wasn't sure about Derek Lively. Like I know he lost his mom, right?
Right.
And I was questioning like I wasn't too sure like how his mental was going to be coming into the first round going up against the Clippers, but he been doing his thing. Live been playing
Solid.
some ball. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
As a
help
as a
with his mom,
rookie.
right? And as a rookie, so he been huge. You know, the lob threats they've been pretty good. They've been pretty solid, and PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, man, them guys came from trash teams, and now look at them, man. I remember Kyle Kuzma. He was like, what he said about the Mavericks. I don't think he wanted to go to Dallas. He
Oh,
didn't
he
want to go
said
to Dallas.
I don't know what he said. What did he say?
It was something like he didn't want to go to Dallas. He's like he had an opportunity. I think Dallas was looking to trade for him, but Kyle Kuzma basically was saying like he cool with being in Washington, right? He don't
Right.
think he don't think they go win. Something it was something like that, bro. But I mean, I think they made the right move. Not they got who they got, man. But role play has definitely been important, man. Shout out to PJ Washington. We know shout out to PJ Washington, shout out to Daniel Gafford, man. Good players, capable of playing defense, versatility, all that good stuff, man. And yeah, but I think I got Mavs at 7, bro. I'm riding with Kyrie. I'm riding with Luka, man. I want to see Kyrie get his second ring, bro. I really do.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I want to see Kyrie get his second ring as well. I want to see Derek. I want to see Derek Lively also get a ring because I don't know what this would do for him emotionally. Because
Right.
because the death of his mom is really, I think that is going to really motivate him to play his best and kind of like dedicate it to his mom. Rest in peace to his mom. He's from this
Yeah,
area
rest in
actually.
peace. Oh
He's
yeah.
like he's from Philly, and I was pissed off that he didn't go to Temple because I saw his clips from high school, and I was like, damn,
Yeah,
this
I used to watch him. Yeah.
yeah. Now he went to Duke, right? I think he went to
Who
Duke.
you talking about? Lively?
Yeah, lively.
I think.
Yeah, he went to Duke or something like that, and he was solid there. But yeah, that's what good drafting could do for you. I mean, the Sixers on the other hand, you're drafting bust players, and I just
Yeah,
seen.
bro, you're not the only one, bro. Y'all not the only one. Look, Cavs have had they share drafting terrible players, so it happens, man.
Wait,
Got who
who's
you
a terrible player y'all? I mean, you gonna say Jetty Osman, but he's solid though.
No, but if you look, I'm just I'm talking about like the history. Like the Cavs really didn't have too
Oh,
many good.
history. Then okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they had Kyrie, bro. Okay, that was a odd. Like Kyrie, I knew about Kyrie. You draft Kyrie. They drafted Anthony Bennett. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst of the worst.
Yo, I,
Eh,
I I forgot about that, bro.
You can't, bro. You can't make it up, bro. And they look, and who was in that? I think it was I think we missed out on who was in that draft? Giannis. We missed
Giannis
out
was
on some good players,
Giannis
who,
was in that draft. Victor
bro.
Oladipo was in that draft. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
Was CJ in that draft?
Yeah, McCollum was in that draft too. Yep.
Hmm.
But I mean, I think y'all needed a wing player. That's why y'all drafted him because y'all already had Kyrie.
Bro, Anthony Bennett was
Yeah,
terrible.
that
Bro,
that was a
imagine would have
shot.
drafted young. I know nobody knew, but bro, it just played like when you always go back and look at the draft like that. You could have had this player. You could have had
Yeah,
that player because you're not sure like what they did. They scout. So whatever on the scouting report, how they scouted.
right.
Your knees and everything, man. But you can't like Cavaliers drafted s- guards, two small guards. I mean,
Darius Garland and Sexton.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. It
mean,
happens. It happens.
yeah, man. I mean, Philly had some decent players, right? They had we
Yeah, we
got
had
Mike.
some decent players.
Y'all
Michael
drafted
Carter
Drew Holiday,
Williams.
right? No, did
Yeah,
y'all?
we
Yeah,
drafted. Yeah,
yeah,
we
y'all
drafted
drafted Drew
Drew.
Holiday.
Yeah, Michael
Michael
Carter
Carter Williams.
Williams. Yeah, he
Yeah,
peaked. He peaked in his rookie year,
yeah,
right?
he had yeah, one little solid.
Markel Fultz. He didn't do. I mean, he was dealing with that shoulder injury. He ended up getting traded. Ben Simmons can shoot, won't shoot.
Well, Ben
Yo,
Simmons had time
what you
though,
think of
bro.
Ben Simmons? His Yeah, he did. But what you think of his off-season workouts that's been coming out recently?
I didn't see. I ain't
You
gonna
didn't see
lie.
it
Yeah, I've been out the loop. I ain't see it yet. But
yet?
but bro, I'm not. Look, I'm gonna tell you this though. Based off the past experience of watching his workout, I don't care anymore, bro. Like I'm not convinced. Like I seen him do this before. Like he not gonna fool me again. So whatever his workouts you talking about, I'm not getting fooled again, bro. I was bigging him up. I was literally defending him. I said, yeah, Ben Simmons about to have a revenge tour, man. Just watch. He's shooting the shots in practice. I'm like, oh, okay, he developing a little mid range shot. He ain't never do it in the game.
Right.
I'm just like, come on, bro.
And
I thought he was going. I thought he was going to do good with the Nets. I mean, but he not even available.
bro. Listen to this Ben Simmons cycle. So the season starts, right? And then he starts to play terrible, and then he fakes a random back injury, and then they rule him out. And then the off season workouts start coming out, right? And then the season starts. He plays terrible, and then out of nowhere, he's dealing with the back injury. And then, bro, it's just the same thing over and over again. I don't know why Brooklyn is dealing with this.
Bro,
It's
Brooklyn down bad. Bro,
yeah, yeah.
they down bad. It's just they did it to themselves, man. It's their headache. I mean, what he got? How many? You know how many years he got left?
Now this is last year,
This is last
so
year,
yeah,
and I hear them talking about how they. I'm like, bro, when they were talking about trading Donovan Mitchell, I'm like, bro, Cavaliers not taking on no Ben Simmons for Donovan Mitchell, bro. Y'all
yeah,
crazy.
it's a
Like
bad
nobody
trade,
want to touch that.
right?
Is like he don't like he dresses up more than he's on the court. Like he's always worried about fashion. Like I don't
Yeah,
know what happened to Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons was solid when he first came into the league. I thought, man, I thought y'all had something going, with the process, him and Embiid, but he just went down bad, man.
man. Some guys want to be great. Some guys just want to make money, and that's it.
So you think he's just in it for the money at this point? It's nothing. Um, his mental health or anything is not a factor.
Nah, nah. They
You
made
can't
that
do
shit
that.
up, bro. They made that mental health. They made it up, bro.
Yeah, bro. Ben Simmons went. Yeah, he going outside, man.
Yeah, but hopefully he balls out this season and gets a decent contract next year.
For
Because
another
I don't think
team.
he getting no more. I don't think he getting no more max contracts. That's over with.
Nah, that gotta be over with. Who would get like who's gonna do that, bro?
Yeah, ain't
Like
nobody
who
giving
will
him a
offer
long term
that?
deal.
He don't
Yeah,
deserve it. I don't
yeah,
want to talk about somebody don't deserve money, but he don't deserve it, bro.
yeah. His play on the court does not warrant a
Mac,
max contract.
it
Yeah,
definitely don't, bro. That is not gonna cut it. The numbers he put up on and his availability, like none of that stuff cuts what you trying to do.
right.
The same thing with my guy. Um, I know but Evan Mobley is due for a rookie max, man. And I don't know, man. I mean, I think you got to give it to him, but would you say that his play up to this point is equal to him getting a rookie max?
No, but at the same time, you're looking at him potentially. You're looking at his potential, right? So most of these guys get paid off of their potential. Now I know Ben Simmons did put in work before he got his contract because he made the All Star team. I think
He
he made the
did.
All NBA team, and then he got the rookie extension. But Evan
and,
Mobley, we
and
haven't
defensive
really.
team too, right?
Yeah, in the defensive team, right? But Evan Mobley, we haven't really seen that from him. So, but he was top 3 in defensive player of the year, right? He was a rookie. He made the all rookie team. So definitely, yeah, I'll definitely give him that.
Yeah, second runner up and rookie of the year. Even though I thought he was gonna win it, but yeah, second up, second in
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
mean,
I'll give him the max extension.
yeah. I know some people not really too sure about it. They're like, he ain't even do nothing. We ain't about to have another Darius Garland situation, man. But you like you got to do it right, or you're going to
Right.
lose the player. Possibly you got to pay him now
Yeah, you
and
gotta
not
pay him.
risk trying to lose him, right?
Yeah, you gotta pay him so you could. If he's not panning out the way you want him to, then you can trade him in the future. It's better than letting him walk out the front door like that
Yeah, right, exactly. You don't want to lose him.
for nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But bro, you got any final thoughts? Because I'm getting ready to shut this down.
Um,
Yeah,
do I got?
one final question.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you're the Celtics, how do you guard that pick and roll?
That's I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Luke, I think you gotta like. I think Luca wants you to double him, right? I think you're
Right.
gonna double Luca. I think Luca wants you to double. But when you double like Luca, like as far as the two final team, I think Luca is probably the best, one of the best playmakers. The pass
He's
out
the
of the
best
double.
play. He's the best playmaker. He's the
So
best.
it's really gonna come down to like, oh, is the Celtics gonna make the role players, continue to try to beat you, or like you gonna make, like you said, PJ Washington? Do you trust
Right.
PJ Washington? We gonna see. We definitely gonna see. Do you trust PJ Washington? Um, you got Kyrie in the mid range. Like it's gonna be interesting, man. I know Boston could switch. I know Boston is pretty solid on the rotations on defense. I do think that like because I seen the Cavs do. I do think like you already mentioned this stuff already. I do think they're going to attack Al Horford because they play drop right. I do think they could attack Al Horford. I think Luka gonna obviously get the switch he want. They're gonna attack Al Horford in the drop, man. Because I remember Levert, Darius Garland. These guys are trying to take advantage. I think they're gonna try to take advantage of Al Horford, man. And I expect Jason Kidd to I guess out coach Coach Missoula, Coach Mozzarella, like my guy Bruce would say, man. I think Jason Kidd going to out coach him with that too, man. But I think it's gonna come down to the role plays. But Luca, I think wants you to double him, bro. And I think Luca gonna cook. And you said put which call on him? I don't know. You said put Drew on Luca. I think Drew too small to guard Luca. Um,
Yeah.
I think like you go. So you want Drew? Like I know you could probably switch, but I think Luca gonna cook, man. I don't know. I think they too small. I said Tatum and Brown should start off on Luca, but um, I don't know.
I mean, I said Drew should start on him, and then in spurts, Jalen Brown could pick him up or Jason Tatum, but
So you
from the
just want to
start
throw
of the
bodies
game,
at him?
yeah, just throw bodies at him because you don't want to show him the same look every single time.
True that.
Yeah, and on the pick and roll, I mean, bro, I don't know because Luca puts a lot of pressure, especially on that low man, on that last line of defense, because he's always looking, he's always watching you. If you're in the paint so far off from your man, all he'll do is just kick it out into the corner for PJ Washington or whoever the shooter is, and the shooter just gets the shot. But if you're too connected to whoever's in the weak side corner, right, it leaves the paint wide open. So when he comes off that pick and roll and he turns that corner, he just bounce passes or pocket pass to Daniel Gafford, and all you hear is dunks.
Yeah, them
Derek Lively
boys
dunks, or if
live.
the on ball defender's on him, all he does is lobs it up, and then Daniel Gafford, he jumps into space, and bro, these guys are so athletic, and how high they jump, I'm like,
Bro,
yo,
yeah, like Lively pretty tall. I know you said yeah, Lively is a
yeah, he,
big
he
dude
about
too.
six. I mean
Nah,
seven
he's 7 foot.
foot.
He's 7 foot.
Yeah, 7 foot. Yeah,
Yeah, like I just like I wish that shout out to the people, shout out to the Clippers fans. I just wish they would have, and I do think it probably would have been a different series with Kawhi being there, but it still didn't guarantee a win for the Clippers. That's how I was like, damn, y'all really think y'all gonna beat the Mavs in five, man? I gave them more respect.
yeah. In five, that was wild. That was
I was
wild.
like, I was like, oh yeah, y'all tripping, man. I don't know about 5 games. That's pretty crazy. Like I don't trust y'all like that. Like I trust Kawhi, but like Kawhi's questionable. I'm like, yeah, this make it a no brainer that the Mavs could still win. I thought the role players the role players stepped up, and I think the role players gonna be make a difference in this finals too, man. I don't know, like you said, I don't think they're gonna. I don't care if Luca or Kyrie start off slow or like eventually they're gonna get going. So you
Right.
can't like you're not gonna you're gonna be able to guard him. You're not gonna stop him. Eventually, Luca might go crazy. I don't know, bro. Like it's gonna be crazy to see. And I do think Jalen Brown want this. I think Jalen Brown coming to play. I think he want this. Jalen Brown showed me something that he really wanted this year, man. And I so yo, question, bro, question. So if Boston loses, like is this bad if Boston Celtics loses this series?
Is it bad?
Yeah, because we all picking the Mavericks, right? But
Right.
realistically, Boston is the better team in my opinion. I feel like Boston should win this series. As far as you're looking at the overall players, the defense, and the offense. Though I think, like you said, Luka's the best player in the series. But I just think realistically, Boston should win this series. But if they lose, like what we saying after this?
I mean, if they lose, it's gonna be like, I mean, those that push narratives is gonna be like, we did say that they didn't get tested in these playoffs, and when they went up against a team that's been battle tested, they lost. But me personally, I don't think it's definitely gonna look. It's definitely gonna be a bad look because you can't keep getting to the finals and getting smoked. I mean, they was in the finals like 2 years ago, and they got smoked. So I mean, it depends on how they lose, right? if they get swept, I mean, yeah, there's going to be conversations of should we split this team?
They
Should
not
we
getting
trade?
swept. They not gonna get swept.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But
Yeah,
if they lose in 7, like if it's a close game and they lose on a buzzer beater type shit,
yeah.
then I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad of a look. But if they lose, if they get smoked, then yeah, I mean, people are going to definitely say this team, this duo should definitely get split.
You already know, bro. I already told you how I feel about. I already said what I feel about the Celtics, bro. Like I feel like they got a, pretty stacked starting five, man. But people, don't want to say it, but hey, I feel like they should win this series, man.
I mean, they're the favorites, so they're the favorites. They won 64 games in the regular season, right?
they
And they're
should they should win.
yeah, they undefeated on the road, so you have all of these things in your
Damn, they
favor.
are undefeated on the road, right? They only lost. They lost two
Two
games.
home
Oh,
games.
they sweat. Yeah. And the Pacers, they could have the Pacers is like I don't know what happened to the. I know they had Tyrese out, but they had a chance to beat the Celtics like 2 to 3 times, and they just let it go.
They
Like I
did.
don't. I guess you say choke. Like they had a chance to beat them, and Boston came back, and
I
that
mean, I'm
shout out
not.
to Boston. Shout out to Boston
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm not gonna say they choked, but because if you watch the game when they came down in that fourth quarter, they had zero shot creators in the half court. Because Indiana, all they want to do is play in transition, catch you off guard, and get those easy buckets. They have zero shot creation in the half court. And when they were
Yeah,
missing Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, I don't think Halliburton is that great of a shot creator, but if you're losing him, he's the initiator of the
he
offense.
could be
So,
streaky.
right. And you're forcing guys like Aaron Neesmith and Ben
Yeah,
Shepherd and Nembhard. Now, Nembhard did
TJ
ball
was
out.
nice. TJ nice though. I like
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
TJ.
TJ's
Shout out
nice.
to TJ for Philly.
TJ's nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, from Philly, right? I mean, we talk about some of the bad decisions that front office make. That's one of them,
Yeah.
right? That's one of them. But
Yeah.
bro, they don't really have. I mean, would you trust T.J. McConnell in the clutch, or would you trust Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and all those other guys?
I'm gonna pick the. Yeah, I would go with the. I would think the stars will
Just
pull out in the
right,
clutch, bro.
exactly my point. And
And that,
as a
yeah,
result, the Indiana Pacers lost. But against Dallas, it's going to be the opposite
that's what
because
I'm saying. Yeah,
Kyrie's a closer.
exactly, Kyrie. So replace
Yeah,
that with Kyrie and Luca, and you got a problem. Yeah, they not going to be
right. Kyrie's
playing.
a closer. Luca's a closer. These guys can hit big shots. They
We
can get
seen
the
them in
ball.
big time games. We know what Kyrie can do in the finals, man. We know
Right,
Kyrie can give you 40 in the finals. We know
right.
Luca. Then we saw what he did to the Suns, bro. Like that
Suns.
was
Even
bad.
the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves was the best defensive team, and he just demolished
Right,
them.
made the
So
best defensive team, right?
right,
Right.
he destroyed them. So
Hey
I mean,
yo,
I don't know,
wait,
bro.
question.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Boston is a really that much of a physical team. Do you think Minnesota is more physical than Boston?
Let me see. Nah, Boston is more physical.
You think Boston more physical?
Yeah, Boston is more physical. I mean, Drew Holiday can get physical with you. Jalen
Mm,
Brown can get physical with you. Derek White can get physical with you. Al Horford can get physical with you in the post, not on the perimeter, but in the post.
mm.
But Minnesota, I don't. I mean, Carl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. I mean, Jaden
Well, you
McDaniels.
know,
I mean, come on, nah. Now Ant Man can get physical with you, but the Boston Celtics play with more physicality than the Minnesota Timberwolves.
yeah, I
You
think
think Minnesota?
I don't know. I think because I feel like I know they can get physical, but I just feel like Boston wasn't really that physical with the Cavs. I don't know. I just ain't feel. I feel like Orlando was a tougher, not a tougher
Wait,
opponent.
what, bro?
No, no, no. As far as how Orlando was playing.
Orlando, yeah, Orlando was physical.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going by with what happened with the Cavs, how Orlando was playing.
But I
Orlando, I
mean,
feel like, in my opinion, it was playing something, and because that Boston and Cavs, in my opinion, was not a physical series. Orlando was I think they allow Orlando to do a lot more.
you definitely got a point. You definitely
Orlando
got a
was
point.
allowed. They was picking up 94 feet almost. They was playing. They was don't like Jared Allen got hurt in that series. They was playing crazy, bro. They was physical with that series, bro. Celtics, I wasn't really when coming into the game. I wasn't really worried about like how physical the Celtics was gonna be. I know they had great. I know there's gonna be a better defensive team, a smarter defensive team. But I wasn't worried about the physicality of the Boston Celtics. I wasn't. worry about Tatum and them guys. I know
Yeah,
they have great defenders, but like they was allowing Orlando to play, bro. Orlando was playing some physical basketball, bro.
they were. They was.
So I
I mean,
mean, but
I'm not gonna
Boston,
argue that.
yeah. So yeah, maybe I hear you. Boston can make it. Try to make it hard on Luka. Maybe I know Drew. We'll see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens.
I mean, I think it's tricky because Minnesota they were physical against the Denver Nuggets. I mean, we saw what they was doing to Jamal Murray, and I was saying that that's not defense, that's harassment because
Yeah.
they double teamed him at half court. I'm like, dang, yeah, dang. So they was being physical with them, right? And Jokic in Game 7, but I didn't really see that type of physicality in the conference finals. So it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, I
It-
think Boston gonna have to try to be. They can't play soft. They gonna have to try to be physical with this Mavericks team.
I think they got to be physical with Luca and Kyrie.
Exactly. Those are two guys that you need to
Got to be physical with them.
eliminate.
Yeah,
Got to take the best players out. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So, how many points you think Kyrie gonna average this series? I say between
Man,
27 and 32, right in
27,
that
32.
range.
It's the finals, man. We talking about the finals right here.
Right.
Ah, man. How many points did he average in how many points he averaged this last series?
27,
27, right? And the series before that, I think it was lower than that.
15. Yeah,
Yeah,
15.
okay, see. I'ma say I'ma say I'ma say you said 27. I'ma say dang, I don't want. You know what? I'm just go out with it, man. I'm gonna say he gonna average 30, man.
Damn.
I'm gonna go out on I'm gonna go out on that, man. I'm gonna go out on that. I don't care. I'm gonna stand on it, bro. He gonna average 30, man. Kyrie coming, man. I gotta stand on it, man. Kyrie
Yeah.
gonna average that's 20, 27, 25. That sound reasonable. That sound like something that would be a fact. That sound like what he could average. But
Right.
I'm gonna go say 30, man. I want to see Kyrie kill the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. And if Kyrie averages 30, then Luca gonna average. What you think? What you think Luca gonna average?
Shoot, he
Because
can average.
if they let
They
both
gotta let somebody
Luca,
go. They can't let them both get
yeah,
off.
right. I was about to say that.
They can't let them both get off. But what if they do get off? But they can't let both get off. I don't know. 30. I'm saying Kyrie 30, Luca somewhere behind that. Um, maybe somewhere like right there, but somewhere behind that. So um, I don't know 20, 28. I don't know. I don't know how they. I'm just want to see how they. I want to see game one. I want to see what game one look like. But
Okay.
I'm going to stand on that Kyrie 30, man. I want Kyrie could get 20. Like he could add. We seen him. I'm gonna stand on 30, bro. I think
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna try to show up. Depending on how it go. I think he gonna show up though for this finals. He's back on the stage. I seen what Kyrie was able to do in the finals, bro. Kyrie is just special, bro. He's
Right.
special. He's he's special. Uh, we gonna see. I think he want his get back from Boston, man. We gonna see though. I think he want that get back, man. And I hope he able to get it, man. But I think him and Luka gonna try to do their thing though. But again, role players. Look out for the role players.
Right.
Hopefully PJ continue to step up, man. I expect that boy Lively to try to do his thing too.
Yeah, I believe that too. Now, Lively would definitely have trouble with Porzingis because
Oh yeah,
Porzingis is a 7 footer too. So I don't think he's gonna get all them uncontested dunks because he didn't miss a
yeah,
shot in the Western Conference Finals.
yeah. He
So
was, yeah, he didn't miss a shot, right?
that's
He did.
crazy.
He missed a shot. Boston, yeah, Boston should definitely. We'll see, man. We gonna see. I know. They didn't really like. They face. Let me see. They face. What's it called? It. Carney Towns is a stretch for. He
Right.
stretched the floor out. So he dealing with guys because Boston gonna want to get up threes, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. We gonna see, man. We gonna see how that game will look, man. With Porzingis coming back, even if Porzingis wasn't playing, they had Al Horford. Um, we gonna see. I definitely would live with Al Horford being me. you
I mean,
know,
he made 7 threes though.
he did, but I remember at one time we leave him open. I know Al Horford could get hot, but it was one time they're just saying let Al Horford beat you, man. You can change these other guys. I don't care about Al Horford, man. But Al Horford still got some juice in him, man. Stretch the floor out.
He sure
I'm
do.
not. I'm not. I ain't worried about no Al Horford, man. But man, like 39 years old. He's a hit or miss. He's a hit or miss. Oh, how you feel like they gonna attack Al Horford?
Yeah, they're gonna definitely try to get him in the pick and roll, right? Luka's gonna definitely attack him. Kyrie's gonna definitely attack him. So, yeah, I can see them trying to get switches in. When that happens, I don't think Boston should be switching because Al Horford can definitely be taken advantage of on the
Like
perimeter.
so Levert was able to do what he was able to do. So just
Right.
sub Levert out with Kyrie or Luca, or Luke just put Luca there. Luca is definitely he's look at his fingers, seeing that, man. Easy work, man.
Right.
Having that, man. And yo, another thing, man. One more thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget my guy Marcus Morris dropped 25 on him. Let's not forget that.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, in the playoffs,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, in game, bro. I mean, bro, it was
Nah,
garbage.
I don't care, bro. They let
It
my
was
guy.
garbage buckets, bro. Come on, bro.
Nah, that
Stop.
was not guards buckets, bro. He was cooking though. Mook was cooking though. It didn't matter who was in front of him. He was getting shots up, man. So if Mook could get 25, man, then shoot. Who knows? PJ might get 25.
Bro, come on, man.
nah. Nah, but yeah, bro. Yeah, that's though. But yeah, Mavs are 7 for me though, man. Mavs are 7.
Yeah, I don't know why you're saying 7, but I mean, I'm going with 6.
I'm gonna say 7. Y'all feel like 6? I don't know. Oh, I get why you saying that. I don't know. I just feel like because you feel like if it goes 7, then Mavericks gonna lose.
Right. In
Yeah,
Boston, yeah.
yeah. I don't know, bro. I seen it. You know what? Let me not go there. I'm about to say I seen it been done before, but I'm not gonna compare players.
Wait, what?
But it's different though. It's a different. I know it's a different team,
Wait,
but
they lost in the finals in game 7?
no, it wasn't the finals. It was the conference
Oh, you
finals.
talking about LeBron?
Yeah, but that was LeBron though. But
Yeah, that was the conference finals.
yeah, but I seen it be done before. That's all I'm saying. But I know that's a different team. But Boston, I don't know, bro. But I get you. That's why everybody's saying 6. Y'all expect them to close it out at home. We're not trying to force a game 7. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna still say I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Mavs at 7. I'm gonna say Mavs at 6 or 7. We'll see what happens.
We definitely will. Game 1 is on Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night, June 6th. Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. Who you got in game 1?
Game 1, it's gonna be in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Boston had rest. They had a lot of rest.
A lot.
Oh
But I
man,
mean, it could hurt them because sometimes you get a lot of rest and you come out in the game and
rusty.
then you're a little bit rusty. So
Yeah, I feel you on that one, man. Um, damn, yo. I'm gonna say Mavericks, bro. I'm living on that. Mavs taking game 1. Mavs
okay,
taking game 1. Yup. They gonna steal their first series gonna start. They said they say the series start when a home team loses, right?
right.
I'm
When the road team
series
gets the victory, yeah.
right. Series start for game 1. I'm taking the Mavs. I'm taking the Mavs. People gonna be shocked. I'm taking the Mavs. We going yeah. I'm gonna go on with that.
I mean, I'm gonna say Celtics game 1, and then
Mhm.
game 2. I definitely see Dallas
Split.
tying the series. Yeah,
I think it'd be split, but I'm taking the Mavs game 1. But I think it'd be split.
yeah,
But
because
I'm going Mavs game 1.
they've won every game 2 in these playoffs against the Clippers, against OKC. Wait. Now I think OKC they won game 1 and they lost game 2. So yeah, I mean
And what's
I'm gonna go with Boston. I'm gonna go with Boston.
Boston?
Yeah.
Let me see
But
what
I mean
happened with.
Luca getting his 40, Kyrie getting 27. I mean, I'm standing on that.
They ain't gonna like yo. Luca, man. Luca do this thing, man. They ain't gonna like that, man.
Oh, he's definitely going off in this series.
They ain't gonna like that.
He's going off in this series. He definitely going off in this series.
If Luca get a ring, man. Man.
I know I might hurt. I might hurt a lot of Clipper fans with this, but Clipper fans gonna be pissed off.
Luca
Yo,
get a ring.
we started in 2019 and we didn't get a chip, and then Luca came in the league in 2018, and 6 years later he got a chip. Shit.
Man, that's.
I know Tom is gonna be pissed off, and I don't know why. But I figured this out, right? So Thomas, he criticizes Luca as much because Atlanta drafted him and they traded him, but it's not
Oh
Luca's
yeah,
fault,
Trae Young. Yeah, right. That's
right?
not his
And
fault.
Thomas is a Hawks fan, so
Yeah, that's not his fault. Y'all did what y'all did.
yeah, that was a terrible move,
Y'all got what y'all. I when I seen it happen, I was like, oh okay, swap.
bro. Why
Luka,
would you
but Luka
trade
gonna
a
die with
6'7" guy for a midget?
Hey, bro. I can't look. I can't explain it. I like the trade though. I thought Luka going down. I was like, okay, we Dirk is about to go out. Luka coming in. Okay, yeah. I like it. Luka nice.
Man, that was a crazy trade, though. I mean, shit.
That was great. You looking at it now. Trey Young is
Bro, at the
not a
time, I
bad
thought it was a
player though.
crazy trade because I mean, a lot of people didn't really know who Luca was, but I mean,
Yeah,
I had seen him because I mean, I'm a soccer fan. I mean, I follow Real Madrid to a certain degree,
yeah. I know you
so
said that before.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know a few of them basketball players over there, so I knew what he was capable of doing, but I didn't think he was gonna be this good. If I told you I knew he was gonna get this good, I'm capping.
you
But
don't believe it, right?
I knew what he was capable of doing. And it's just, I mean, shit, 5 straight years, first team All NBA. That's LeBron territory, bro.
I know people don't want to give Luca. Some people don't. I guess I don't know if it's Luca haters. I don't know. They just don't want to give Luca his props. But hey, Luca could ball, bro.
Right.
I had nothing bad to say about Luca. If you look, I had nothing bad to say, bro. Luca's a baller. I know Clippers fans not really too fond of Luca, but Luca's a baller, bro.
Because he always gives them trouble, even
I
though they
know.
win.
I know, but yeah, I said Luca don't own like I
Nah,
get
he don't
why.
own them.
Yeah,
Nah,
but people say that I'd be like, nah, he don't own them, but he do, be giving
he
them the
gets off.
business,
Yeah,
right?
averaging 30. Yeah,
I
he
get why
get
you would get mad to say Luca because of the narrative. Luca own the Clippers. I get why they would get mad, but he
yeah.
don't
That's
own them.
yeah.
They don't win. You gotta win. You also gotta win the game too, man. And
You
he
gotta
haven't.
win. Yeah, and he did this. He did this year though.
Yeah, you right. Even though Kawhi
No,
wasn't
we
there.
not.
No,
We
no,
not
no.
doing.
I'm just saying. All right, you right. Injury's part of the game, though.
We're not doing that, bro. Yeah, injuries. Because
Injury's part of the game.
Those Kawhi fans, they give Kawhi Leonard all that credit when they beat Golden State. But who was missing
Yeah,
on Golden State?
two
Kevin
people,
Durant.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
and they Clay
but we
went out.
still give Kawhi Leonard that credit. So
They do. You right. They do, bro. They
I
do.
mean, even I do. So
I
yeah,
get Kawhi credit. I was Kawhi. That's like I was bigging up. I had Raptors win the championship. I was big on. I was on the Kawhi train.
yeah,
I like Kawhi, but that's why I was like, Dad, y'all. But people don't never keep the what you call it
same
double
energy.
same energy, double standards. Like there's players they want to talk about. Like that's why I get mad when they talk about the Cavaliers, bro. But like, come on, bro, what you want us to do,
Yeah,
bro? But you don't bring up the Cavs losing our guys the first finals. So it's just
talk about it.
crazy.
Talk
It's
about it.
crazy. They
It's
don't
like
never
people
get.
don't even care. They don't even care about it. They know it happened, but they don't care to bring it up.
They don't care, right?
They don't care. They don't. Yeah, because it's LeBron. So
It all it's all depends on who it is, bro. It's never keeping the same energy, man. Cause
right.
LeBron, oh nah, we don't care. Y'all beat
And
the
it's Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's really loved, and you can't really hate on Steph Curry.
golden
So
child.
yeah, babyface
It's
assassins.
all good though, bro. I don't even trip, bro. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Y'all gonna have y'all same opinions. How y'all feel about LeBron with the
Right.
Cavaliers? It's not that I can do or say to change your mind. You're gonna have your same opinion about the man you had before I even said anything. So that's why I be like, I know you be, but you know you are. You be you be trying to stand on business. You be trying what you call it? You be coming on the panel trying to call people
Yeah,
out.
I gotta keep the same energy. And even with guys pushing narratives that the Boston
Yeah.
Celtics had a cakewalk, bro. Listen to this. So the the Lakers back in 1987. Now I know this was a long time, right? Listen to
Uh,
the teams they went up against in the first round. They played the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets was 37-45, so they had a losing record, and the Lakers beat them, right? In the second round, they played against the Warriors. The Warriors was 42-40, right? 2 games over 500. And then in the conference finals, they played against the Seattle Supersonics, and they only won 39 games. But you don't hear anybody say, "Oh, Magic Johnson had a cakewalk to the finals." You never hear people say that. But for whatever reason, for the Celtics, people want to bring up the teams they went up against. But I mean, we got teams throughout NBA history that had favorable matchups in the playoffs, and they ended up going to the finals. So my whole thing is we got to keep the same energy. You can't hold one team or one player to this standard and then hold somebody else to another standard because that's your favorite player or that's somebody you like or he's on your favorite team. You got to keep the same energy.
but that's what it is though. That's basically what it is though. It's I favoritism. Like it's who you like. It's like it's only beneficial like when it's somebody you really like, man. But it's
Right.
you can only control you can only play with who's in front of you, bro.
Who's in front of you?
There's
Right.
nothing you
Exactly.
can do about that, man. At the end of the day, like how I feel about it, I still get credit. Like they won a championship. I still
Yeah.
gonna get credit because they won.
Right.
What you gonna like? I can't hold that over their heads. They won, man.
Exactly. So yeah.
Kawhi won the bubble championship. They won. I'm not. It is what it is, bro. Like I gotta get credit, man. Like if Miami would have won, I would have said, yo, they won.
They won. Right.
Because realistically, like if anybody would have won that bubble championship, in my opinion, I believe that I don't think nobody will be as upset about it.
Nobody would have said a damn word. But
Yeah,
because it was LeBron
and the Lakers
and
because
the
of LeBron.
Lakers, right now it's a bubble ring. But I mean, teams were competing for bubble rings. I mean, shit, the Sixers was in the Sixers
Everybody
was
had
in
the
the
same
playoffs.
thing,
The
bro.
Clippers was in the playoffs. Everybody had the same opportunities, but because you didn't win, you're trying to denigrate that championship. Like, come on.
I
If it was a
cannot
bubble, if it was
say
a bubble ring, why was your team in the playoffs in the first place? Because it was valuable. So, yeah, bro. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it right here. We've been
okay.
on for a minute,
Yeah.
hour and 51 minutes. It didn't even feel like an hour and 51 minutes, but yeah,
Well, you know how it is when you talking. Time just be flying.
right, right. But yeah, I need you to get back
Yeah,
at me
yeah.
on Instagram. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna check it. We and go from there, man. I definitely got you, man. We
yeah.
gonna talk
We probably have to do it next week because I got
next week.
plans tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no bad, no bad. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I got you, man. Definitely. Yo, what you going? Well, you know what? I talked to you in the message. I talked to you in the message about
All
everything.
right, sure, sure.
But yeah, appreciate you for having me on, man. Like I said, man.
I mean, you can
Happy.
stay in the background and let me end it. So
Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
you know, yeah. So, all right, y'all. This comes to an end. This stream is coming to an end. I appreciate each and every person that joined. Shout out to Humble 420. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to my guy Tuning Sports, Cleveland Cavaliers content creator. Y'all need to be on the lookout because we got something. We got something cooking up. Very soon. So, y'all stay tuned. But appreciate each and everybody that joined. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.